Thanks for talking to us for Keep Cardiff Live. So we just had a chat before we started. I know Greg is a bass player. Bob and Stefan are a family unit. Bob principally drummer. Stefan, I'm guessing, is more guitars, and would that be right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
spot on.
and also songwriting stuff. And Bob, you were just telling me that the three of you used to play in a band as a five-piece a
Yeah.
few years ago. Just give us a little bit of history of how this kind of two-edge thing has come about.
Well, me and Greg have played together in the 80s together. And Stefan now is in his mid 30s. He's played with myself since he was 16 years old. So the three of us were in a band called Ryder, and that disbanded just after lockdown, I think.
Yeah. It was a couple of things
And
really. The singer kind of lost a little interest, and then the guitarist fell ill and eventually passed away.
yeah,
Sorry about
So the three of us were like, well, we'll have a crack to see if we can carry it off as a three-piece, and we realised how well we worked together.
yeah. And it's called Two Heads because myself and Stefan started doing barbecues and things just to keep going, as a two-piece. Do you know what I
We
mean?
didn't think it'd go anywhere, first of all.
No.
We just thought we'd do a few barbecues as
Yeah.
well. Someone just said, "Oh, two heads are better than one," and we just sort of stuck at two heads.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then we had a few bookings, and we thought, "Oh, we're actually doing the right bit." And so that we got Greg, bass player, only like 4 gigs in, something like that.
Yeah.
And we just obviously kept the name Two Heads then.
I always quite liked the fact that the first gig we did, we were called Two Heads Plus One, and it just sounded a bit cumbersome. So it was more of a conversational thing. I just said to the boys, let's keep it as the Two Heads, because there was a band called the Thompson Twins, and they weren't twins, and there were three of them. And it always became a bit of a conversation thing because, of course, we rock up at venues and people are like, well, there's three of you. And they were expecting it to be, just two people.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a unique selling point, I suppose, more than anything else. But I mean, Rob and I, like I said, we first started playing in the late 80s. Rob was in a band that appeared on Juice, which I think was a show that you appeared on back in the day with your band.
Apparently.
So the rumor goes, yeah. I mean, our paths are kind of crossed, a number of times. I mean, we talked a little bit earlier about how we got into the songwriting thing purely by chance, and a lot of this stuff is by chance. Somebody reworked one of Rob's old tunes from the 80s into a country style, and that sort of like the light bulb moment went off, because we knew we sounded, we're quite a tight covers band, and we get a lot of work for that kind of stuff. But it was like I'd been in original bands and written stuff and all the rest of it, and it was like, well, yeah, sure, go with that. Let's just see what it sounds like. And all of a sudden, then the ideas just came thick and fast for that first album. And now we've on Friday we started recording stuff for the second album.
Yeah.
Be out next year.
That's a bit casual, isn't it? The first one's just come out,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, we've been fortunate as well. The radio play that we've had. I mean, we haven't been lucky.
Yeah, tell me about some of the radio play you've had.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been playlisted on Bro FM, GTFM. There's one station up in the Black Country that are huge fans of ours and huge advocates. So they play a lot of our stuff and really champion the band, and that's what you want is that kind of.
They've asked us to sort of go up there and tour. Please come up, they said, and please come up and have an interview on the radio, and at the radio station, as well.
Yeah.
So they love us. Yeah.
So Bob, I don't know. I'm just going to take a wild guess now. Are you the senior member? Are you in terms of Are you
I am.
Senior? Yeah.
I'm 62. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're not far away in age. So I'll ask you this one then, and then I'll bring Stefan in a bit as well. Is to do with radio and the importance of kind of radio play and support these days, as opposed to what it was like. When you and I were playing in bands years ago. It's kind of changed a bit, hasn't it?
It has, and I never got on radio with my other band, and I was in original band, for about 10 years, 15 years, and didn't get anywhere. I think I appreciate more now, being on the radio. It's like, wow, what a buzz. And I don't know what it'd been like when I was 21. I think I don't know if it would have meant so much, but now I just get so excited, because it's on the radio, and I think, oh, I've written those words, or Steph's written that tune, and I've written the words, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and of course, make sure you get your PRS on that, don't you?
Yeah, we sorted all that.
Yeah. We we were made sure of that, because there was a couple of times where in another band that I was in the 90s, we fell foul of sending some song off, and an established band came up with a single that sounded remarkably like the one that we'd done, only because the guitarist had sent something that he shouldn't have sent. And anyway, that's a story for another day, and I don't want that published. But
But the good news is
longer to get PRS done than it did recording the songs.
Yeah, it takes a while, doesn't it? Yeah, it takes a while.
It does, yeah.
It's worth doing that.
It is, yeah. I mean, we've been very, very lucky with the airplay. The stuff we've come up with is very commercial, and we've been very, very, very fortunate with it. But like I said, it's just everything's a happy accident. Starting off as a 3-piece, happy accident that it sounds good. Happy accident with the songwriting. It's just like, should we give it a go? And all of a sudden, you start off with 2 or 3 songs, and then you get on a roll, and before you know it, you've got 12 songs. Well, but the songs are quite personal as well. There's a lot of we write a lot about things in the village, and there's a couple of songs about personalities in the village, and draw on personal experience.
Well, let me bring Steffan in, because so Steffan, your dad was saying that I think you write a lot of the lyrics. Is that right, on some of the more recent songs? Or is that right?
Sorry,
you write a lot of the lyrics. Is that right?
Yeah. Some of them, yeah. Not as much as my dad, but. Yeah.
So what do you write about? Because obviously there's it's a father and son, which is nice, by the way.
So
got a father and son, different perspectives, maybe.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, the last one I just wrote the lyrics for now is called "My Little Girl," and it's all about my little girl, Ruby.
How old is she?
She's 5 years old.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, that's just obviously very personal to me, my family. I wrote a song on the last album called "Sober Now," which is about my mate.
I was listening to that earlier today, by the way.
Ah, right.
Acoustic guitar kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Basically, he was an alcoholic for many, many, many years. It took him 3 attempts to go to rehab. And he's genuinely lovely, lovely bloke. He's been my best friend since we were, very, very young. And he's like almost 3 years sober now. So it's
good.
He's gone a long, long way, and obviously it's an inspiring story. So I thought I'd write about that.
And so sticking with your songwriting, and you can all tell me about this. So say when you're writing lyric stuff, I know you're a guitarist. Do you actually come to the other guys and say, look, I got this song, it kind of goes like this, or is it more, I've got this idea for a song, and I've got this kind of lyrical idea, and it goes where it goes?
Well, it starts off normally in my office, and I'm just playing along when I get 5 minutes. Say if my daughter goes to sleep early, and I get 5 minutes to myself, and I try and sit down. If I got like a tune in my head or something, I'll try and experiment with that. And then lyrics wise, I normally send them over to my dad and say, "Oh, is there anything else you would change or add to this?" And we go from there then.
Because what's interesting, Bob, with the album, and I know you kind of make a point of this. Greg mentioned it. It's really eclectic. There's quite a few different kind of genres going on. Yeah. So what's the thinking behind that? Is that the treatment that the song deserves? Sort of.
I don't think it's thinking. I think like if someone asked me, we talked about this in the studio, like Phil Collins, say, "Can you write a song for this film already?" I don't think I could do it. I just sit down with a guitar myself. It's from a personal thing, and I just whatever comes out. I think, like 1892, it just sounded like something I could write about a mine or working. And then I thought, 1892 and the park slip up by us, and it came from that really. So I don't really think about what I'm going to write. It's just whatever.
What about the genre?
Melody.
Though? When do you know this is going to be like blues, or this is going to be country, or this is going to be pop or folk, or whatever it is?
Well, I got a story about that. One of the tracks Rob started working on was a track called "Being with You," which is track 3, which is it started off as quite.
We're talking about Hopes and Dreams, by the way.
Hopes and Dreams, the album, yeah. And "Being with You" started off as something quite light, wasn't it? Folky. And anyway, when we were having a little run through here, I sort of I thought, oh, I could hear it a little bit like. What's the name of the lass who said, God, Muse did a cover version, feeling good.
Blues,
bluesy, and I just had that. I thought if we change the arrangement, and went in that style, and then Steph started really sort of hammering it up, and then all of a sudden it just like it all fused together, and that became the style of that song from that point onwards. Because quite often, there's WhatsApp messages going around, so we're familiar with what everybody's working on. I mean, I've thrown a few ideas, whether they because Rob is so prolific and Steph is prolific. When we're chipping ideas, you've just got to run with the best ones, because they're the ones you want to put on any record and stuff.
I chuck loads away.
Yeah,
I'll put them aside. I could write like 10 songs and not one of them would be any good, so I just keep going, and I find that's the best method, because all of a sudden I go, oh, I like that, and then normally if I really like it and I got that feeling, then the boys are gonna like it. I'll say to Steph, because he's my son, and so he's always popping in my house. And I say, have a listen to this, and then you go, oh no, do it like this, and he'll change it normally straight away. but because I only know a limited amount of chords, I'm not very.
You are supposed to be a drummer, Bob. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not the only instrument you play, though, is it?
No, you should be playing that guitar anyway.
I play kazoo as well and harmonica, but
yeah.
But
whilst playing the drums.
Yeah. But Steffan, like it's one ballad now. Greg, I'm near it, but I really, really like it. It's but Steffan, the other day I showed him, and all my days I was like, wow, he just changed it. The chords on it, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, because some of the I would listen to some of the stuff. It's quite nicely produced, by the way, I think.
Yeah, excellent.
There's some nice guitar ideas going on there, actually.
Yeah,
Steffan, which is obviously your thing. How does that work when you I suppose particularly bearing in mind that's your dad, say your dad comes to you with a song, and then you just like noodle around with it and suggest ideas for it, do you? And take it where it goes.
Yeah, exactly. There's no ego or anything in this band, so like we're totally fine with changing up whatever. If I come up with something and Greg says, I'll do this note instead of that note or whatever, go with it. If it sounds good, happy days. If it don't, then But so he always comes. Obviously, my dad comes up with the simple sort of chord work towards the songs, and then straight away. I get like this image of like flipping. I know straight away what to do. Like so, like you said, for example, the song the other day that is very simplistic, sort of and sort of like three or four chords, and now you haven't heard it. It's like
lovely, beautiful,
like run down right from the top of the fret all the way down, which obviously. I think if my dad was a good guitarist, he'd be able to do that. But obviously, with myself, I think we all do everything a bit different. But I think with my influences, I've always loved blues country.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what kind of guitarists you kind of like. Who's your kind of?
When I grew up, I loved Angus Young.
Right, I was watching Angus Young the other night. Yeah.
I love like Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
Like solo and ways.
So quite bluesy stuff then, really.
Yeah.
Mix of blues and rock, I suppose.
I've always loved country on him.
Yeah, I've always loved country music. But I love that sort of blues thing. And have you heard of a band called Kaleo?
No, don't think so.
It's an Icelandish band. I love like that sort of vibe. yeah, my music like sort of genres all over the place.
So in terms of like, there's quite a, there's an age range, isn't there? In going on. Does that play into things at all? Do you sort of come at it from a different age range kind of view, or you? But it sounds like you got very traditional taste in music. Maybe it doesn't even come into it.
I leave Steffan answer this, but I will say that we leave Steffan sort of the main decision, because he looked good bit younger than us. So it's like a lot of time we'll go, well, Steffan knows. He knows what goes, and he'll know what's going on today.
From a trend point of view,
exactly.
Steffan is a bit more finger on the pulse than perhaps Rob and I are. But what I will say is and Rob's probably, he's got a wonderful ear for melody. And the melodies that he comes out with, I mean, they may take very, different twists and turns in the arranging process, but those melodies are which is the hallmark. I mean, we all write songs in different ways. I always start off with riffs, and then the melodies come later. But Rob comes out with melodies and chords, and it's a brilliant canvas then to just take into different directions. We're very fortunate. We got all, miles on the clock. We got experience. We know how to arrange stuff, and that's the beauty of coming up into this environment, is we can just knock things about, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, we record what we've done at the end of the session, so we can remember what we've done, and then take it away, have a listen, and then more ideas will come from that. And it,
Steffan's been writing since school as well, really, haven't you? Since just before he started in band with me, he won a competition out of about 100 bands in Cardiff, didn't he? And got to record that, didn't we? In got the name of the place now.
Rockfield,
Cardiff.
The
Atrium, wasn't it? In the Atrium.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
With what's his name? AC/DC's Back in Black producer.
Wow, did you?
Yeah.
It's a good song and all. Yeah, it's fair play. It's good.
Wow, that's amazing. What was it like working with that person though? Did you have like rock and roll yarns going on and stuff, or?
To be honest, like at the time, I'm still like gay now. To be honest,
Amazing thing.
No, get away with it. Like it was cool, obviously, because obviously I love AC/DC, one of my favorite bands. But like I'm never like starstruck or anything like that. But it was obviously quite cool. Yeah.
I was quite lucky in the 90s. We won a competition when I was Bowler's Lev and All Revolver. I can't remember which one we were. And we won this electric chair competition, and HTV paid for us to go to Rockfield. And we had a track which Tim, who produced this Hopes and Dreams album, Tim Hamill, he produced a track for us at Rockfield. And the engineer was the same engineer for What's the Story, Morning Glory. And that had just been recorded prior to us turning up there. So they were telling us all the stories about
how did you get involved with Tim then?
With Tim,
86, I was playing with him. I done a single with him in 86, and then Greg done a song with him.
I did an album in 89 was the first. 1990 I think was the first time we started working together.
Do the song for us live as well, in the band I was in then.
Connected with Greg Haver as well, is that right?
No, I don't. No, he's never done much.
His name came up on your page.
Yeah. Well, I've worked with Greg. I did a demo. My wife is a singer, and we were trying to get publishing in for. We've written an album's worth of stuff, and we're trying to get publishing. And Greg liked one of the tracks, and we ended up recording that in Mono Valley at Jeff Downs' studio. And, it was nice. It's a house now. One of those, another studio that went by. But it sounded like the Manics with a female singer. So it was, it was good. Not a good experience.
So you story with Steffan not being starstruck. I went to watch Glenn Tilbrook.
Oh yeah,
Squeeze. I love Glenn Tilbrook. I love Squeeze as well. They're my favourites. Yeah. And I went to watch them in Cardiff. And we stood outside. We were there far too early. And Glenn Tilbrook got out of his camper, and I went, "Oh my gosh, that's Glenn Tilbrook, right? Steph, that's Glenn Tilbrook." And he went, all right. And then Glenn Tilbrook came up, and I said, "Hello." I didn't know what to say, and Stephen going, "All right, bud," Yeah.
He had a chat with you, probably, did he?
I've spoken to him a couple of times,
Yeah.
I spoke to Squeeze as well, and I got a autograph stuff off them as well. And yeah.
But in terms of songwriting, Bob, Difford and Tilbrook, one of the best songwriting partnerships in British music history, probably.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Does that because they do a lot of kind of, well, Chris Difford in particular does write a lot of kind of like storytelling songs, I suppose. Does that come through in the kind of stuff that you do at all?
I think so, and I think I've had 2 managers. I've had a lot of like Andrew says, my mate who first recorded that song again. He said, "It's great for you to write. It's easy to write songs." He said, "But it's what to write about." Yeah. And with you've had such a bad time with women. He said, "You've got plenty to write about."
Well, that is country music, isn't it? That's country music right there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but when we were first played on Black Country radio, it's like a Nobody Knows on the album. I think it's about 5th or 6th, and it's like I don't know. It's not a ballad, but she said, "Oh my gosh," she said, "I was nearly crying." She said, because the lyrics are so beautiful, and she could hear every word as well. She said Steffan's voice and that, and But I love stuff like that. It's a compliment to me, and and personal one, Brian's song, and it's about a guy we played with for years. And,
well, the guy was in the original band, the 5-piece cover.
Right.
So people cried to that as well locally and stuff.
That's the chap who passed away, is it?
A lot of tears in the studio as well for that. So
that's nice.
We have a festival every year to honour him. So the last 2 years, we there's a pub in the village, and they put a big stage at the back, and we play and do that. So it'll be the 3rd year next year. Oh, there we are. He's got the T-shirt on.
What's it called?
Burkfest. His name was Brian Burke, and we do this festival. So,
good stuff.
Is that Cefn Cribbwr, is it?
Yeah.
Is that the main music venue in Cefn Cribbwr? Is it? Is that where the band's playing?
Yeah. I would imagine.
Yeah. And what about elsewhere in like Bridgend, County Borough? Where else? Where else do you normally play? What kind of venues do you play normally?
Just play the West House. We're going to play the Factory soon, but
we don't do too many in Bridgend.
We don't do too many. No, we try to get out the areas.
We try to branch out a bit. To me, we don't like to stay local.
We were in
where do you play?
Racetrack Sunday.
Yeah.
This Sunday just gone. We were in. That was nice outside. Yeah, Welsh Motorsports.
I saw that between the 2 burger vans. Yeah.
Yeah. Smell of onions. I was buzzing after it. But
it's nice playing those unusual places as well. Like Beerwell Farm, where we played in front of
as well.
These all the sunflowers and then next time we were up there, we were in the pig shed, I think.
Yeah.
But we've done 60
Joke Bowl Festival. That was really nice. That's in Gower, down the Gower. Woolly Castle. So that was lovely, a 3-day thing.
So we've done 67. Is it 67 different venues over 3 years?
Something like that.
Or probably
164 gigs, and we've done about 57 different venues.
Yeah.
So Steffan, I'll ask Steffan this one then. So when you're gigging, is it a mixture of originals and covers? Do you do gigs where you play all your own stuff? How does it work?
What I'd love to do is just do originals. Obviously that's not the case when we play, but we do try and sneak a few of our original numbers in.
Yeah.
So what was it, yesterday? It seems like ages ago now.
Yeah.
In Pembrey Circuit, we played Let It Go. And it was nice looking on the crowd and then people singing "Let It Go" sort of thing, and
heads bobbing, feet tapping.
The night before we put in "Round the Clock," and people sing along.
Oh, that's a really catchy melody on that one.
Yeah, I think the best gig for me we've ever done was in the Three Orchards. It was rain, so we had to come inside, and we just done all our own songs, and I don't think we've ever had a response like that. And older people are saying, I preferred the first half, they said, where we done all our own stuff. The second half, they done covers.
There's certain people there that night that since that album came out, they were saying that that's what they listen to. They only listen to our album.
Nice.
And you could tell they knew every single lyric of every song. It was amazing.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It's such a buzz, yeah.
I've had it once before, my really old band, when I was like 15, 16, where, people knew all the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. Like, but it's even more special now these days. It's amazing.
Who gets the gigs? You all get. Is it one person more?
We all get them,
yeah. When we first started, we'd go around and ask like you normally do, but now we don't have to do any of that.
So how do you get the gigs then, Bob? What do you do? Do you you give them a copy of the album, or what?
So yesterday, we obviously put cards out, didn't we? And the amount of people that took some cards. So I think we should be at Pembrey way.
But there's a story. We played in what's the pub in Monknash?
Plough and Harrow.
The
Plough and Harrow Festival.
I know, yeah.
People booked us for Britain. No. What's it called down west?
Buryport.
And the bloke seen us there and he booked us in Pembrey. And that's how it happens. People see us and they book us for the Pembrey and all that, and it just goes on and on. And
well, there was a lot more gigs than that, wasn't it? It was Canada Lake Lodges.
Yeah.
Private parties as well.
That was amazing.
We had an opportunity to play in England for a wedding as well, wasn't it? Yeah. But they couldn't afford us. But
the thing is, as a live act, I know me and Rob are old timers, but it's a really good live act.
Yeah.
It's energetic. Steph switches around from guitar to banjo to.
Oh dear.
Rob plays harmonica and drums, and the boys' voices together they harmonize like nothing else. It's like the Everleys, but the Welsh Everleys, if you like. But there is always something, and the dance floor is always full right from the off. I mean, we do down what's that place in Port Talbot, Murphy's. And dance floor's packed, and it's young and old. We're quite lucky that we have. I don't know. It's everything's a happy accident.
I think the biggest compliment, and we all agree on this. I think the biggest compliment we have live is people go, I can't believe you make that sound for three people.
Yes, it's a knack being a three-piece band, isn't it? It doesn't always work, does it?
Yeah.
What about if somebody said to you, Bob? Say I was running the venue, and I said to you, right, I'm looking for some bands. What does your band do? What kind of stuff does your band do?
That's the most difficult question.
Yeah. It is. I'm asking Bob, see what he says.
It is so. Well, I can tell them what we do for our own stuff. That's simple enough. But
if you're trying to get a gig and they have never heard you before, You
mean like covers? Yeah.
Yeah. What would they say? What would they say?
Well, I normally tell them.
You?
I normally tell them we do Queen. We do Amy MacDonald.
Yeah.
We do that type of thing, but we do it in our own sort of folk country way. And a lot of stuff's like that, but a lot of stuff is totally different again. Then we do Killers, we do I don't know, we're doing a bit of everything. But I think it's happy. I think Greg just said it, but it's happy music. It's music people liking it.
We go from rock to folk to blues to country. Bluegrass,
Lose Control. We do, don't we? What's
from 60s?
That's in the charts now. Yeah,
and that's not a problem, is it, Steffan? With venues, because obviously in the music business, the music business tries to stereotype and pigeonhole, doesn't it? And it wants, are you this band? Are you that band? Are you this band? No, you should be there. This is what you do. But the fact you play a range,
with every song that we play, we don't do it like the originals. We do it our own way. And I think everyone that I've seen us live, they know that we do it the two heads way. And so we go from like Queen. I don't try and sing it like Freddie Mercury.
No, probably wise.
Exactly. So
what Queen song do you do?
And people who do try to sing like Freddie Mercury, fail.
We do Fat Bottom Girl. Like it's not like AC Dixie. It's nothing like that. But it's
banjo going on, is it?
That sort of genre.
No, it's the acoustic one for that one. But it's it's hard to explain, isn't it?
Well, if you look on YouTube, there are videos. If you look for two heads, and there's some live performance stuff in there, and you can sort of see
it's a good one of that Queen one as well. We've done it at Berkfest, and there's a good
it was.
I was going to say a couple of things. I was watching a program about the Bee Gees. last night, the documentary, 2-hour documentary, and they have all these talking heads in it, not the band, but people having opinions.
Yeah.
And one of them was Noel Gallagher, and he was talking about Steffan. He was talking about the thing that Greg alluded to, really, that, like when you've got harmonies going on between people who are members of the same family, the Gallaghers aren't exactly harmonizing, but they're a family, brothers together. There's something special about making music with someone in your own family, Steffan, isn't there?
Yeah, you always have that connection. You both
sound the same at times, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was one of the songs on the album. I forget which one it was now, but it was Loaded Gun. And I said, well, I start off low at the start, and then at the end, I'm higher. And I said to my dad a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I didn't realize Tim sort of copied and pasted my vocals and put them at the end. And he's like, no, I done that. I harmonized on that part.
But, right.
But we have got a obviously sort of connection where we pronunciate words exactly the same, and he knows where I'm going with the melody and
the good recordings we just done. Tim made sure they wanted them the same, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think it was done like that, wasn't it? It was so quick.
Yeah. And what about the harmonies, Bob? Did you have like an understanding that one of you will sing the thirds or the fifths or something, and the voices just go together?
No, really. It just comes natural, really, and
you've got an ear for that, Rob. You really do have a natural.
Some of the vocals in the album, man. I done one. Nobody knows. I done the high one. Then I done one under Steffan, I done the low one.
I think with my dad, he used to be in this band many years ago, and he used to have a lot of harmony. There was 4-part harmonies, 5-part. Something like that.
Yeah, amazing.
You've done a lot of the low stuff and a lot of high stuff and all that. So my dad's range is all over the place when it comes to harmonizing. So we're really lucky to have someone like that in the band that can harmonize anything.
And he does that, Greg, while he's playing the drums as well. Does he do the harmonies live while he's drumming as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Rob's, one of the most accomplished musicians I've ever played with, and it's great because I if I'm going to throw a harmony in, I just try and find something in the middle because those two guys sound great.
You got 3-part harmony. That's
Greg does well. Yeah, especially live and stuff.
Yeah, just try and fill it out a little bit, but. At the end of the day, that people come to see, the marquee thing is the fact that it's this father and son performing together, and
that's a special thing.
It is, yeah.
And that's why you prefer it as well, isn't it?
I quite like being in the background. I know what I bring to the band, and I quite like the fact that I can go under the radar and if no one notices me, then I've probably done my job all right.
Like a football ref, isn't it?
Well, yeah, sort of like that. Yeah, but I was always like a big fan of like John Deacon, and Queen, and nobody sort of really fixates on him too much. But you take him away, and you lose a big part, and I know what I bring.
So he's just saying that, just so you know, okay, guys, just in case I'm going to beat him out.
Yeah, just in case I get my P45 after this. Yeah.
We got a couple of minutes, so I just want to ask you a couple of things. Firstly, let's talk about this new album that you're working on at the moment. I don't know whether you even got a title for it yet. Have you got enough songs for a new album already, or is it in progress? Because you're recording, aren't you?
Say about 7 or 8 that the boys have heard, probably 6 of them, and there's other stuff that's sort of in the pipeline. I got loads. I got an album's worth easy, but we've got one down now. We got 3 we're going to do in November. Then next year we're going to book a date for about another 3 or 4, and then we do a few more on top of that. Then, but I'm working on. I'm lucky enough to have retired. I live with my mother, so I got plenty of time on my hands to write and stuff. And I've just come up with an idea now. Just before I left the house, something just come. I just picked the guitar up now, just to sort of kill 5 minutes. And that sounds nice. Yeah. Straight away, I recorded then on my phone and
great.
We're lucky that we live in this period because you know, the amount of ideas, and you're probably the same as a musician. You know, if you don't record it, it just gets lost. But now we carry all these devices around with us, don't we? And,
done it loads of times. I'm sure we all have. You know, you've got an idea. It's great. Half an hour later, you had a cup of tea. You forgot it. You know.
Yeah.
In my case, anyway.
Yeah.
Tell us about you. I know you play festivals as well. So do you have any events coming up where people can come and see you? And any kind of interesting gigs coming up?
We've got a lot this year now. We've got plenty of gigs, but nothing. Next year, we've been told that we're on In It Together. One of the stages, but we're not getting too excited because it's not 100% confirmed. We haven't had a contract yet. Even though we've been told you're definitely doing it. Yeah. Chokebar we'll do again, which is a great fest.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
There's local festivals there where we do in Bridgend and Pyle. They love us down there. They want us to headline and stuff like that. And
I've sent off to a couple of others. There's this Focus one in Wrexham, isn't there? And I'm trying to get us on the bill for that, and there's others. But again, you know, we're a new band. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. So like we've only been really going for like 2 full summers.
Yeah.
So like this is, I think, the next summer now. This is the one that we go really full into
consolidate.
Festivals, and because I think this time last year, we already had like almost 20 gigs for this year.
Yeah.
So we kind of holding back and telling like pubs that we would only basically they want to book us like 4 or 5 times a year, and we've told them we can have like 3 tops sort of thing. So we're trying to hold back on pubs and more festivals.
Try and keep the summer open a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that album, because of the airplay and everything else that we've had, I mean, it hasn't been out. Is it 8 weeks? And we've like nearly 15,000 streams. We're at 16,000 now. So 1,000 streams a week, which for a band who just gets local airplay and the rest of it and the gigs that we do, we're not doing too badly. If we could get at that, so I mean that's the thing we're hoping next year is the festivals, and if we can get broader radio play, then it might open the door a little further for us. But we've been in it a lot. Me and Rob have been at it a long time, and we're realists, and
we're just loving it though.
But it's just loving it. If you go with no expectation, then anything you get is like a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you're doing great as far as I can see. So good, great talking to you, and I love the family bit. That's the kind of, I don't know, no offense to Greg.
Oh well,
it just makes it that little bit special, which makes it interesting, and I think that's makes the story, it gives you that bit more depth, I suppose, as opposed to other bands. I'm guessing, Bob, there's no album title for the new album yet.
None at all. No.
Okay.
No idea yet.
All right.
We know what the next 3 songs are, and then we know what the next.
You'll have 2 more by tomorrow anyway, so
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Be double album by then. Anyway, listen, it'll go on the site. Obviously, I'll let you know when it's there and share it all over the place. And
brilliant.
Thanks very much.
Great to speak to you. It's been a long time.